Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about some of my great childhood toys, which was the Star Wars line. So these are considered to be some of the more vintage style of figures. And we're just going to go through them and talk a little bit about them. So let's start with probably the best figure that I had when I was younger. So everyone knows this guy, Boba Fett. So this is a model of the bounty hunter Boba Fett. So these were tiny figures, these original figures, and they were brilliant. Didn't have any bending in the limbs, so the limbs were, the only movability was the legs, the arms, and some of them the head, but nothing else happened with them. Now this figure is obviously one of the original Boba Fett's, but the original actual Boba Fett came with the launching rocket launcher, which this one doesn't have. But obviously they had to cancel that line very quickly because of health and safety, because of the little missile. But I'm not sure how that made any sense anyway, because you were able to get the little guns and stuff like that. So it didn't really make any sense to me, unless someone injured an eye or something. I don't know, you know, people can't do stupid things. But as you can see on his arms, he's got his wristbands, the flamethrower, and his little line entangler, and that's it. These figures were, for their time, were quite good detailed. So yeah, I had hours of fun with the Boba Fett figure. He's no good to me, Dad. He's brilliant, wasn't he? So there's that one. This one, now this is a bit battered because he hasn't got the cape or anything, but these style of figures, this is a Darth Vader obviously, they came with like a plastic style of cape which used to go over the shoulders, and it wasn't that great. It used to just sit straight, you couldn't bend it or anything, it was just hard plastic, if I remember rightly. But yeah, they didn't look that great, but for the time period obviously they were brilliant. So he's got his little instrument panel there. Now, they used to have, which was cool, I used to find, I haven't got it on this one unfortunately because I say it's a bit battered, is the lightsaber used to go in here, and you used to have a little lever, and you push it down and the lightsaber would come out here. Yeah, it's great fun. Kenobi. So yeah, that was one of the original sort of figures. Like I say, for the time, I would consider them quite detailed. You know, he's got that, I always like that, I don't know why, he's like that neck armour thing he used to have, his cape used to come off at the back. But yeah, I don't know if you're the same as me, like I saw the original Star Wars movies, and as a child, I never ever wondered, when you first see that opening scene at the beginning of A New Hope, when they're in that hallway battle on the ship there, when they're trying to capture the Princess Leia with the stolen plans. I never ever wondered when they burst in at the beginning and all started fighting, and what happened when you see Darth Vader in the corridor. And I never ever thought to think as a kid, like, I wonder where he came from. I wonder who he is. Who is he? Because you don't even get anything in the original Star Wars, do you? But as a child, it didn't matter. There was something about it that was magical. It was like, wow, look at this. This is great. But there was you know, when the films came later, obviously the prequels and stuff, you sort of found out a bit more about it all. But throughout Star Wars, you never really learned exactly what happened, did you? Just that this guy had turned to the dark side, and he was seduced by the dark side. And it was good to see the prequels, weren't it, where they told you a little bit more about what happened. So that was cool. So this one here is our friend, the original Tusken Raiders. You first see them in A New Hope, don't you? When they attack Luke, didn't they? Try and steal his stuff. But yeah, very cool. I actually liked one of the things about the Boba Fett TV series. I actually liked the way they went in a little bit more detail about these guys, and how they are, and they're not just these senseless sand people that attack everybody like that, because that was how it was portrayed in the original Star Wars, wasn't it? It didn't really have any sort of, other than these dune-dwelling attackers. They never had any real purpose, did they? So it was good. That one of the good things that come out of the Boba Fett series. I mean, a lot of people didn't like it, but one of the good things that came out of it was that they sort of told you a little bit more about their culture and stuff like that, which was cool. So here we have from Empire Strikes Back our Imperial Sand Troopers. They're very cool. I loved it in the beginning of the Empire Strikes Back when you see them burst in and they're all shooting and they're in this icy gear. It was just something different, wasn't it? This little power pack there, whatever is on his back. Don't know if that heats the suit or something. I don't know what the idea was behind that. But yeah, brilliant. They came with these kind of cool little rifles, which was like the standard thing that came with them. And that came with a lot of these figures, as I guess it was saving money on creating different looking weaponry around that time, which was cool. So here we have, you didn't see them very often, you saw them at Star Wars. The original Star Wars was the black suited Imperial officers. They were very cool as well. This one's a little bit battered now, his paintwork's a little bit battered. But yeah, you see him at the beginning of A New Hope, don't you, reporting to Vader about the droids going missing. And then from there on, they seem to be grey, didn't they? And then I think you saw a few black-suited ones again in Return of the Jedi, didn't you? But you didn't really see them much after that. This one's a bit battered now, unfortunately. This is a Return of the Jedi Luke. Now, I think in the Return of the Jedi figures, if I remember rightly, they went to a velvety sort of cloak, if I remember rightly. And I think this one had one. I mean, I haven't got it now. But yeah, and they kind of went away from the arm firing lightsaber, the arm use lightsaber, and went to actual handheld lightsabers. I haven't got any of the original ones, but they didn't look that great. They were like little sticks, yellow, you know, green, and all these different coloured little sort of sticks. But they were good. But that was when Luke was fully decked out in the black. Whereas I think it was symbolising in the movie, wasn't it, that he was still on the edge of, was he going to be a dark sider or was he going to be a goodie in the end? You know, you just don't know, do you? This is another droid. It's very cool. He wasn't seen very much throughout the movie, but if you remember, he is the droid that was twisting the protocol droid, or whatever it was, the droid that had upset Jabba in Jabba's palace. He was in that torture room. So he's a 4D8 smelter droid. So that's a cool one, that is, to have. I'm not sure how common that one is. But yeah, he was very cool. Very good little one to have. There. Obviously, X-Wing Luke. This was a very, very common figure when I was a kid. Everyone had one of these. From A New Hope. There's the cool rebel symbols on the helmet. Yeah, it was very good, wasn't it? This was when you first see him in the outfit, like when he's talking to Biggs Darklighter and all that about finally making it and becoming the pilot he wanted to be. This is another figure you didn't see very, very much of, and I only saw him in, I think it was Empire Strikes Back. This is like Forlom, the bounty hunter. It's another quite cool figure. As I say, some of these are really good. I mean, this one was very much based upon the sort of C-3PO sort of body armour sort of design. Very cool. And that's what we're going to move on to now. One of our very popular characters. This one, his arms are so wobbly now, and his legs. It's a shame. But yeah, he's actually gleaming, isn't he? Look. It's a really good figure for C-3PO. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is on the back, to be honest. But yeah, he's got the metal grills on the back. But yeah, that was C-3PO. One of the most, obviously one of the most iconic characters in Star Wars. Yeah, very good. So this was obviously what you see first in the original New Hope. the Stormtroopers, if the New Hope. So you can see there, got the breathing apparatus on. Now I thought these looked really cool, but people seem to like the look of the clones better. I don't know why, but these were the TK Stormtroopers, and there's his little blaster. I liked it. I did have, when I was younger, the Luke in the and you could take the helmet off from A New Hope. Very good figure that was. That was a big collectible, that one. I haven't got that no more, unfortunately. Now, with these white Stormtroopers, like the Snow Trooper, and I've got quite a few of these troopers. I've got enough for a small little army, to be fair, of collectibles. But I got a lot of them from like boot fairs or eBay and stuff like that. And unfortunately, if they're in like smoke-filled households, or they're not looked after in decent ways or collected, they end up going like a yellow colour, which is like you'll see here. So that's what I mean by the yellowing of it. It goes funny. Look at the difference. You can see the difference there, can't you? Just for some reason, I don't know if it's smoke-filled households or not, you know, I'm not going to go at smokers, but that might be one of the reasons. I don't know, but they lose their colour over time. They become very discoloured, which is a shame because they're very cool. And there is one of our heroes. He's a bit losing his colour now, unfortunately, with the with his like cartridge bandolier he's got across his body. But it's Chewbacca. Oh, Chewbacca. There he is. Look, he's got his little bag there. Yeah, he's lost a lot of colour, unfortunately, over time. But yeah, that was another cool figure you could get. I think he had the little crossbow with him originally, but I don't have that. I liked him as a character, Chewbacca. He was brilliant, wasn't he? When they're playing that chess game. Well, I don't know if it's chess or what they call it, but, you know, it's not wise to upset a Wookiee, is it? What a scene. And here we have old, good. Our Emperor there. Use your hatred. He had the funny old legs, look. Funny old chunky legs, look. On the original figures. Now, here came with a little walking stick originally. I haven't got that anymore. But it was the same similar sort of walking stick they gave to the Yoda figure as well. But yeah, that was an original sort of Palpatine. That was very cool. Yeah, he was brilliant. He didn't. Another thing, wasn't it? Was within Star Wars, you didn't really get to know anything about him at all until Return of the Jedi, did you? I mean, when you saw him in Empire Strikes Back, he was literally just a hologram, wasn't he? And yeah, I mean that guy Ian McDiarmid, he's brilliant, isn't he? His voice is fantastic, isn't it? And I remember watching him through the prequels and that, thinking this guy is so good. He was so deceptive and manipulative, wasn't he? And what an actor. Especially when they're watching that weird light show. I think it's in Revenge of the Sith. And you can tell how seductive he is, can't you? And how he's winding Anakin in slowly but surely. And yeah, and like I say, it gave so much more, didn't it, with the prequels as to what actually went on. But that was the magic of Star Wars, wasn't it? I remember watching Star Wars originally and not asking any of these questions as a child. As a child, literally just watched it and thought, this is fantastic, over and over again. I used to watch them on repeat, like, you know, because they were such good movies, weren't they? So here we have I believe it's TIE Fighter pilot, Imperial TIE Fighter pilot. Very cool. He's got the little Imperial badges on his helmet there. And you can kind of see around the figure how cool it is. I always like the breathing apparatus on these. I don't know why. I mean, I think they really look good recently. When I watched Andor, they look so much more detailed, didn't they, in Andor? When he's got that stolen suit, he looked really cool, didn't he? So yeah, here we have a Ewok. Someone told me these are quite rare, these ones now, these sort of Ewoks. But yeah, he's got the little bag and he's got the little... The only thing I haven't got is his little hat, because they had a little hat thing that used to go on them. He's got his little stick there. I don't remember if you remember them from Return of the Jedi, the little Ewok clan. They had their little houses up in the trees, didn't they? and they help the rebels, don't they, in the Battle of Endor. So yeah, I'm not sure if he's like the tribal leader or whatever. I can't remember now, but yeah, he's good. Very, very detailed for their time. Yeah. This one here, we all know, is the very cool Lando Calrissian. He's got a lot of his hair missing now. He's got like a chunk missing out of his head. This figure's very old. And this was when he was in disguise at Jabba's palace, and they used to what was the they were disguised as alongside the Gamoran guards as like his he used to have a helmet and stuff for his disguise, but I haven't got the helmet anymore, obviously. But yeah, that's a Lando. Very good. He was much better in Return of the Jedi, Lando, wasn't he? He's got so much more screen time, and it was much more of his character came out, weren't it? Because he had that redemptive arc, didn't he? Yeah, I thought these were brilliant, very cool, and they never done anything with these in the original Star Wars movies, which was a shame, other than seeing them standing outside the Emperor's chamber. Was the Emperor's Guard. Now, these were considered to be quite powerful, I believe, in like what they can and can't do, as in the Imperial sort of side of things, as they had overall say over the Emperor's protection. So yeah, they were very cool. This one here, if you know who he is, let me know. I believe he's going to be someone from Jabba's palace, from what I work out. But yeah, I haven't got a clue who he is. But he looks very cool. Looks a reptilian. I'd say he's probably going to be from Jabba's palace. If you let me know who he is, give me a shout, let me know. So this is, I'm told, a rare figure. This is the Emperor's advisor. Now, a bit disappointing is he's got the damaged nose. So apparently if they've got the damaged nose, they're not very valuable. But undamaged, they're still very collectible. So yeah, he's the Emperor's advisor from Return of the Jedi. You see them with him, walking around with him in Return of the Jedi. Very, very cool. You can see there that he's got that hat thing on and his robes. So he looks pretty cool. This one here is from Return of the Jedi, and this is the original end credits Anakin. When you see the Force Ghosts, this is the Force Ghost, I believe, of Anakin. Either that or it's Uncle Owen. I've never been too sure, but it looks to me like the Force Ghost of Anakin. But a very cool figure, nonetheless, and quite collectible to me. There he is. Very good. Epic figures. And this last one here is obviously the Biker Scouts from Return of the Jedi. These look cool as well, didn't they? I love that scene where they're racing through the forest on the speeder bikes, trying to capture Luke and Leia, weren't they? And that's when Leia first ends up meeting Wicket, the Ewok. So yeah, so very cool figures. Thank you for letting me share my collection with you. If you've got a collection, let me know about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.